The French Revolution. How it shaped modern democracy, presented by History Facts and Mysteries. Welcome to History Facts and Mysteries, where we dive deep into the past to uncover stories and events that shaped our world today. In this video, we're going to explore one of the most transformative moments in history, the French Revolution. So, what happened during the French Revolution, and how did it change the world? Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to History Facts and Mysteries and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all of our latest content. The seeds of revolution. Inequality and discontent. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, was the culmination of decades, even centuries, of social, economic, and political inequality. At the time, French society was divided into three estates: the first estate, clergy; the second estate, nobility; and the third estate, commoners. The first and second estates enjoyed privileges, wealth, and power, while the third estate, which made up around 98% of the population, was burdened with heavy taxes, little political representation, and poor living conditions. The common people, including peasants, city workers, and bourgeoisie, middle-class merchants and professionals, had no say in the government, yet they were the ones who paid most of the taxes. Meanwhile, France was facing severe financial problems. The country's involvement in the American Revolution and costly wars had drained the treasury, and King Louis XVI's lavish spending further exacerbated the crisis. By the late 1780s, famine and rising bread prices caused widespread suffering, especially among the common people. In this environment of economic distress, political disenfranchisement, and social inequality, the people of France began to demand change. The calling of the Estates General. A nation on the brink. In May 1789, King Louis XVI called the Estates General, an assembly of representatives from all three estates, to address the financial crisis. However, tensions quickly arose. The Third Estate, feeling underrepresented and frustrated, soon declared itself the National Assembly and vowed to write a new constitution. This was a clear challenge to the monarchy's authority, and it marked the beginning of the revolution. In June of 1789, the National Assembly found itself locked out of its meeting hall. In response, the members took the famous tennis court oath, pledging not to disband until they had created a new constitution. The storming of the Bastille. A symbol of revolution. On July 14, 1789, the people of Paris, fueled by anger and desperation, stormed the Bastille, a prison and symbol of royal tyranny. Although the prison held only a few prisoners at the time, the event was a turning point in the revolution, signaling that the people were no longer willing to accept the status quo. From this moment forward, the revolution gained momentum, and the monarchy's grip on power began to weaken. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen. The birth of revolutionary ideals. One of the most significant achievements of the early revolution was the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, adopted by the National Assembly in August 1789. This document laid the foundation for modern democracy, proclaiming the equality of all men and the right to liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. It reflected the Enlightenment ideals of thinkers like John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Voltaire, who championed individual rights and the notion that government's legitimacy comes from the consent of the governed. For the first time in history, the French government officially declared that all men were born free and equal in rights, challenging centuries of entrenched inequality. The declaration was a radical shift in political thought, rejecting the idea of absolute monarchy and heralding a new era of republicanism and democracy. The Reign of Terror. Revolutionary extremes. However, the revolution was not without its dark side. As the revolutionaries moved to dismantle the old social order, the country plunged into chaos. In 1792, the monarchy was abolished, and King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette were executed by guillotine. The revolutionaries, now divided between moderate and radical factions, struggled for control of the government. In 1793, the radical Jacobins, led by figures like Maximilien Robespierre, took power and launched the Reign of Terror. Robespierre's leadership led to a terrifying environment where dissent was ruthlessly crushed, and many were put to death by guillotine. This period of violence and paranoia ended in 1794 with the fall of Robespierre and the end of the Reign of Terror. The rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. The revolution's unintended legacy. As the revolution progressed, political instability and war with other European monarchies took a toll on France. Amid this chaos, a young military leader named Napoleon Bonaparte emerged. In 1799, Napoleon staged a coup and became the ruler of France, eventually declaring himself emperor in 1804. Though Napoleon's rise was in many ways a betrayal of the revolution's ideals, his reign helped spread revolutionary ideas across Europe. Napoleon instituted important reforms, including the Napoleonic Code, which codified many of the principles of the revolution, such as the equality of all citizens before the law and the protection of property rights. However, his authoritarian rule also contradicted the democratic ideals of the revolution, leading some historians to argue that Napoleon's reign was a paradox, both a continuation and a rejection of the revolution. The long-term impact. How the revolution shaped modern democracy. The French Revolution had far-reaching consequences, not just for France, but for the world. While it did not immediately create a stable democracy, it sowed the seeds of republicanism and liberty that would inspire future movements across the globe. Terms like liberty, equality, and fraternity became central to the rhetoric of modern political movements. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen was a precursor to other key documents, including the American Bill of Rights and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which would come to define modern democracy. The revolution's impact can be seen in the gradual spread of democratic ideals throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. In Europe, the French Revolution sparked waves of revolutionary movements, from the revolutions of 1848 to the rise of liberal democracies in the 20th century. It also had a profound influence on the political philosophy of socialism, as the revolution highlighted the inequality and suffering of the working class. Perhaps most importantly, the French Revolution demonstrated that ordinary people could overthrow entrenched systems of power. Conclusion. The legacy of the French Revolution. The French Revolution was one of the most significant events in world history. It shattered the old order and gave birth to a new political system based on the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Though the revolution was marked by violence, chaos, and the rise of Napoleon's dictatorship, its ideas continue to resonate around the world. The revolution forever changed the course of history, inspiring movements for democracy, civil rights, and social justice. At History Facts and Mysteries, we believe that understanding events like the French Revolution is crucial to understanding the modern world. The revolution's ideals continue to shape political discourse, and its legacy is felt in every nation that strives for freedom and equality. If you enjoyed this exploration of the French Revolution and its lasting impact, don't forget to subscribe to History Facts and Mysteries and hit the bell icon for more fascinating historical content.